Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Laiba, and I am your host for today. I am very happy that you are here with me. Thank you for listening. Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting and important topic. Think smart, speak fluent. Many English learners want to speak English fluently. They want to speak fast, clearly, and with confidence. But sometimes it feels difficult. You may know many words, but when you try to speak, you feel stuck. You don't know what to say or how to say it. Does this sound familiar to you? Don't worry, you are not alone. Many learners face the same problem. In this podcast, we will learn something very simple but very powerful. We will learn how your thinking can help your speaking. Yes, the way you think can change the way you speak. I will share easy ideas, simple tips, and daily practice methods that you can use in your life. These tips will help you think better and speak more fluently. And don't worry, I will use simple words and clear sentences so you can understand everything easily. So, stay with me, relax, and let's begin this journey to think smart and speak fluent. Now let's understand our topic. Think smart, speak fluent. But what does this really mean? First, let's talk about think smart. Thinking smart does not mean thinking in a difficult or complex way. It means thinking in a clear and simple way. It means organizing your thoughts before you speak. When your ideas are clear in your mind, it becomes easier to express them. For example, instead of thinking in long and confusing sentences, you can think in short and simple ideas. This makes your speaking easier and more natural. Now let's talk about speak fluent. Speaking fluent does not mean speaking fast. Many people think fluency is about speed, but that is not true. Fluency means speaking smoothly, clearly, and with confidence. It means you can express your ideas without stopping too much or feeling stuck. You don't need big or difficult words to be fluent. Simple words can also make you fluent if you use them correctly. Now, here is something very important. Your thinking and your speaking are connected. If your thinking is confused, your speaking will also be confused. But if your thinking is clear and simple, your speaking will become clear and fluent. This is why many learners struggle. They try to speak first, but they do not prepare their thoughts. In this podcast, we will learn how to improve both your thinking and your speaking step by step. Now let's talk about something very important. Why does thinking matter before speaking? Many English learners try to speak quickly. They want to answer fast, but when they do this, they often feel confused. Their sentences are not clear and they make more mistakes. Why does this happen? Because they are not thinking before speaking. Good speaking always starts with clear thinking. Before you speak, your brain needs a moment to organize your ideas. When your ideas are clear, your words will also become clear. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone asks you a question. What did you do yesterday? If you do not think first, you may say, yesterday, went to a market, and this sounds broken and confusing. But if you take a short moment to think, your answer can be, yesterday, I went to the market and bought some food. This is simple, clear, and easy to understand. So, what is the difference? The difference is thinking first. When you think before speaking, your sentences become more organized. You make fewer mistakes. You feel more confident. Now, here's another important tip. Many learners think in their native language and then translate into English. This takes time and creates confusion. Instead, try to think directly in English. Start with very simple thoughts like, I am tired. I want tea. I need to study. At first, it may feel difficult, but with practice, it will become easier. Remember, you do not need perfect grammar. You just need clear thinking. So take a small pause, think clearly, and then speak. This small habit can make a big difference in your fluency. Now let's talk about some common mistakes that English learners often make. Understanding these mistakes can help you improve faster. The first mistake is translating from your native language. Many learners think in their own language and then try to translate into English. This makes speaking slow and sometimes incorrect. For example, you may think a full sentence in your language and then you try to change it into English. This takes time and you may feel stuck. Instead, try to think in simple English directly. The second mistake is fear of making mistakes. Many learners are afraid. They think, what if I say something wrong? Because of this fear, they do not speak at all. But this is a big problem. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. If you do not make mistakes, you cannot improve. The third mistake is speaking too fast. Some learners think that speaking fast means speaking fluent, so they try to speak quickly, but their sentences become unclear. It is better to speak slowly and clearly. Fluency is not about speed, it is about clarity. The fourth mistake is overthinking grammar. Grammar is important, but when you focus too much on grammar while speaking, you may stop again and again. For example, you may think, is it go or went? Is it has or have? This makes your speaking slow and stressful. Instead, focus on your message. Try to share your idea clearly. Your grammar will improve with time and practice. So remember these common mistakes. Don't translate. Don't be afraid. Don't speak too fast. Don't overthink grammar. When you avoid these mistakes, your speaking will become easier and more natural. Now let's learn some smart thinking techniques. These techniques are simple, but they can help you a lot in speaking English better. The first technique is think in short sentences. Do not try to think in long and difficult sentences. This can make you confused. Instead, break your ideas into small parts. For example, instead of thinking, yesterday, I went to the market where I met my friend and we talked about many things, you can think like this. Yesterday, I went to the market. I met my friend. We talked. Short sentences are easier to think and easier to speak. The second technique is use simple words first. You do not need big or advanced vocabulary. For example, instead of saying purchase, you can say buy. Instead of consume, you can say eat. Simple words make your thinking faster and your speaking smoother. The third technique is focus on your idea, not perfection. Many learners want to speak perfect English, but this can slow you down. Your goal is to share your message. If your idea is clear, people will understand you, even if your grammar is not perfect. The fourth technique is practice thinking in English every day. This is very powerful. You can practice anytime, when you are walking, eating, or sitting alone. Just look around and think in English. For example, I am sitting. The weather is hot. I need to finish my work. Start with simple thoughts. Slowly, your brain will get used to thinking in English. The fifth technique is prepare common ideas. There are some topics we talk about every day, like your daily routine, your hobbies, your work, or your studies. Try to think about these topics in English before you speak. For example, my name is Laiba. I am a student. I like reading books. When you prepare these ideas, you will feel more confident while speaking. So, these are your smart thinking techniques. Think in short sentences. Use simple words. Focus on your idea. Practice daily thinking. Prepare common topics. These small steps can make a big difference in your speaking journey. Now let's talk about how to speak more fluently. In this section, I will share some simple and practical ways to improve your speaking. The first tip is speak slowly and clearly. Do not try to speak fast. When you speak fast, you make more mistakes, and your speech becomes unclear. It is okay to speak slowly. When you speak slowly, you have more time to think, your sentences become better, and your confidence grows. The second tip is use simple sentence structures. You do not need long or complex sentences. Start with basic patterns like I am, I like, I want, I went. For example, I went to the store. I like watching movies. Simple sentences are strong and easy to understand. The third tip is practice speaking every day. Speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Try to speak English every day, even for a few minutes. You can talk about your day, your plans, or your feelings. The more you speak, the more comfortable you will become. The fourth tip is use repetition. Repetition means saying the same sentence again and again. This helps your brain remember words and sentence patterns. For example, you can say, I am learning English. Repeat it several times until it feels natural. The fifth tip is talk to yourself. This is a very powerful method. You do not need a partner. You can practice alone. You can describe what you are doing. I am cooking. I am opening the door. I am reading a book. This builds confidence and improves fluency. The sixth tip is use the shadowing technique. Shadowing means listening to English and repeating it at the same time. You can listen to a short sentence and then repeat it. Try to copy the pronunciation, the tone, and the speed. This helps you sound more natural. So to speak more fluently, speak slowly and clearly. Use simple sentences. Practice every day. Repeat often. Talk to yourself. Use shadowing. If you follow these steps, your fluency will improve step by step. Now let's talk about a simple daily practice routine. If you want to improve your English, you need to practice every day. But don't worry, your practice does not have to be long or difficult. Let's make it easy and simple. First, start your day with morning thinking practice. When you wake up, try to think in English for a few minutes. You can say in your mind, today I will study. I need to go to work. I feel good today. The small habit helps your brain get ready for English. Second, do speaking practice. You can talk about your daily routine. For example, I am eating breakfast. I am going to the market. I am doing my work. Speak slowly and clearly. It is okay if you make mistakes. Third, do listening and repeating practice. Listen to simple English. It can be a short audio, a video, or even a sentence. Then repeat what you hear. Try to copy the sound and the way of speaking. This will improve your pronunciation and fluency. Finally, remember one important thing. Keep it simple and be consistent. You do not need to study for many hours. Even 10 to 15 minutes every day is enough if you practice regularly. Small steps every day can bring big results. So, follow this routine. Think in English in the morning. Practice speaking daily. Listen and repeat. Stay consistent. If you do this every day, you will see improvement very soon. Now let's talk about something very important: motivation and confidence. Many English learners feel worried when they speak English. They think, what if I make mistakes? Or what if people laugh at me? But let me tell you something very important. Making mistakes is normal. In fact, mistakes are a part of learning. No one becomes fluent without practice. No one speaks perfect English from the beginning. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a step forward. It helps you learn and grow. Now let's talk about confidence. Confidence does not come suddenly. It comes with practice. The more you speak, the more confident you will feel. Even if you speak simple English, that is okay. What matters is that you are trying. Start small. Speak a few sentences every day. Slowly, your confidence will grow. Also, do not compare yourself with others. Everyone learns at a different speed. Focus on your own progress and remember this simple idea: speak more, think less about fear. If you keep practicing, you will improve. Step by step, you will become better. So believe in yourself. You can do it. Just start today and keep going. Now we are at the end of today's podcast. Let's quickly review what we learned today. We talked about think smart, speak fluent. We learned that clear thinking helps clear speaking. We also learned common mistakes like translating. fear of mistakes, and overthinking grammar. Then we explored smart thinking techniques and simple ways to speak more fluently. We also discussed a daily practice routine and how to build confidence step by step. The most important message is this: you don't need perfect English to speak. You just need practice, patience, and confidence. Start small. Think in simple English, speak every day, and do not be afraid of mistakes. I hope this podcast helps you in your English learning journey. Thank you so much for listening to me today. This is Laiba, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching Talk Smart English 3. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Take care and keep practicing.